He had a bunch of people at WWE, eh?
Yeah.
Shocking.
This whole wrestling in general has taken a fucking hit where now the Me Too movement has hit wrestling.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that.
Which admittedly, I don't know why I didn't think of this, but it was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you have some guys like Marty Scurll who wrestles, he's, you know, a British wrestler, and one of his I don't want to say complainers, one of the people that's speaking out against him is stating that you know, like he was trying to get with her and she was 16, right?
Yeah.
He was 26 at the time, and he's arguing, well, that, you know, it seemed consensual to me, and of course the age of consent was there. And it's like, okay, well, you say the age of consent, but you don't say the part where there's a 10-year difference where you're 26 and she's 16.
Yeah.
So you can have the age of consent being at 16 and still, I mean, for me personally, I think it's disgusting that you would actually sit there and go, well, she's 16, she's legal, it's fine. That's a 10-year gap. Like, that's gross. 18 and 16, I'm like, that's a bit different story.
Yeah, a 10-year gap when you're older, I mean, that's no big deal. But when they're still a teenager, still in high school, I mean,
yeah, you're 36
kid.
and she's 26. That's a different story.
That's a little different.
But yeah, and it's one of those where I'm like, yeah, like I said, like I'm not surprised that it came out. I'm actually more surprised at how long it took for it to come out. But it's becoming huge. The only drawback though is that because it's wrestling, it's not getting as much traction as it should.
Right.
You know, and it's the same with the COVID-19 thing that are happening with WWE, where, like, I mean, apparently they were doing bare minimum testing where they were just testing for fevers for the longest time, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember distinctly when they started actually having the fake crowds with the NXT wrestlers in there.
Yep.
No one's wearing masks, and apparently that's because Vince said nobody wears a mask. If you want to be on TV, you're not wearing a mask. Now, of course, he's saying he's never said that.
But you know he said that.
I would bet money I don't have that he said that.
That's because such a Vince thing to say.
He's buddy with Trump, and of course he's going to think, it's just a flu. If anything, even if he thinks it exists, right?
Yeah.
You know, and he's so desperate to get everything back to normal that he doesn't want people in the crowds to wear masks. Yeah, I could definitely see Vince saying something like that. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden they say, well, we're going to start testing now. Because apparently, like last week, an NXT extra tested positive.
Yeah.
She wasn't on TV or anything like that, but she tested positive. So now they're going to do actual legit testing. And then when they do legit testing, what happens? Tons of cases show up.
Tons.
You know, it's like, but if you had been testing these people properly in the first place, because now we don't know how many of those people have infected other people.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like me in my house and I get COVID-19. Well, it's my dog and my wife. That's it. But it's them surrounded by people. I mean, for fuck's sakes, I watched one where they had the Street Profits going through the crowd and giving them bro hugs, every single person, and high-fiving. And, like, no attempt to social or physical distance is, apparently that's what they're actually calling it now. But no attempts at all. And I remember just thinking, like, oh, my God, that's so brutal. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was weirded out when I saw the fake crowds in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, like, I know AEW, they've got a bunch of people that tested positive as well. But, like, they were also doing crowds and stuff too, but it was different where they would have a couple of the wrestlers as audience members, right?
Yeah.
But they were spread out, and some people were wearing masks if they wanted to wear masks. Some people weren't if they didn't want to, that kind of thing. Whereas, like, the way I look at it is if you're in charge of a multi-billion-dollar company, which is on TV, you should be doing everything you can to at least make it look like you give a shit about the people that work for you.
Yep.
You know, like, I mean, like, fuck, man, like, at least sit there and say, okay, we're all wearing masks on TV. Even if you don't believe it at all, just know that, I mean, how many kids, like, their target market is kids, right?
Yeah.
So these
Well,
kids are going to watch these wrestlers not wearing masks or anything and think, oh, it's okay.
yeah. I know. It's absolute horseshit. You know,
It's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. It's actually, what it is it's maddening because it's like, even if 5 people test positive for COVID, that's those 5 people that were going about their day,
yeah.
you know, living their life like normal, infecting, you know, everyone that they come into contact with. It's gross negligence.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Vince thinks that like this kind of thing, like if this gets serious, right? Like if people actually start dying because of their exposure, I don't. Does he honestly think he can pull a? Well, they signed a waiver. They signed a piece of paper that said that they were willing to brave the COVID-19.
Yeah.
Like, would that really like? Well, all of a sudden they go, well, they signed the paperwork, so that totally absolves you of any responsibility to the people that you work or that work for you, even though they're independent contractors. So essentially, they don't owe them anything, which is by and large the mentality.
Such horseshit.
Yeah. Could you imagine that? Still being called an independent contractor in 2020 and they don't pay benefits, they don't pay health care, they don't do anything like that. It's all out of your own pocket.
That's nuts.
Oh my God. It's getting back to that point where I'm like, do I really want to support this company?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, all of them are non-essential.
Oh, not one. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm saying WWE is horrible and evil, and AEW is the paragon of virtue. AEW shouldn't have been doing it either.
No.
Okay, and they've got COVID-19 positive wrestlers there too. Like even like John Moxley, for instance, he hasn't tested positive, but his wife Renee Young did test positive.
Right. So now he's off the air.
Yeah, he's quarantining for the next 2 weeks because, well, and not only that, if she gets worse,
but what if she had this for like 10 days now and they just found out and he's been around her those 10 days, you know?
The best part is she found out from her own personal test.
That's hilarious.
She sent out for a test kit. So the WWE test, which essentially is a hand on the forehead going, oh, you feel fine. You feel good. Your temperature is all right. Get in the ring and wrestle. So she was like, I felt really off. I could barely taste anything. So I sent away for my own personal kit. So by the time the kit came, she tested positive. Right?
Yep.
So it's like, what? Your own employee had to go outside of the company to get a proper test. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting.
It is disgusting. And then her show got canceled on the same day.
Well, that was going to happen regardless. That was going to happen regardless.
But she got both of those on the same day. It's like, that's rough.
Yeah, it is rough. It is rough. But, I mean,
that show wasn't going to last during this. They should have just taken it off the air and then decide whether to bring it back when everything cleared up again.
Well, the other part, too, is I don't think the show would have done as well in normal times because, again, we're so far removed from the Austin and Rock pinnacle.
Yeah.
Where, like, everybody was talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about Austin 316 and The Rock, or even people that never watched wrestling knew who they were because it was so huge. Now you don't have that.
No, you don't have that. I mean, like wrestlers used to be on talk shows and everything back then.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Triple H and Undertaker and like lots of even obscure wrestlers were on talk shows.
You know, and now it's not the same. And that's what I was saying. Like, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, because now stuff like this COVID-19 and stuff like this Me Too movement won't get as much traction because it's just fake wrestling.
Yeah.
Whereas you should be hearing about a lot more. Like, I mean, granted, I'll say, like, as far as the Me Too movement, I don't think it's nearly as bad as it was in the 80s, in the 90s. Like, the shit that they covered up in those days were unreal.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean,
Austin was at the top of his run and had been arrested twice for beating his wife.
yeah.
And they knew about it. And they didn't do anything about it because he was their cash cow.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've shit on Hulk Hogan for being a horrible person. They got rid of him as quickly as possible. They didn't do shit for Austin, though.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say that for all intents and purposes, from everything you hear, Austin is no longer that person. But like, for a company to do that, imagine the other shit, and not just WWE, but wrestling in general is covered up.
Just imagine what they're covering up.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, I'm glad everything is coming out. I'm glad that the people that are doing or were doing those things, have done those things, probably would have done them in the future because they never had anything bad happen to them.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're all getting caught. I'm glad they're all getting strung up, and I'm glad that type of, I don't even want to say human being, but that person is like getting weeded out, because it's just like, I mean, these are fans that are being taken advantage of, you know?
Yeah.
And not only that, it's not even just women, it's the young guys coming up, and then they see their heroes doing that kind of shit, and they think, okay, well, you just do that. That's just the kind of stuff you do. And it's just gross. The whole thing is gross.
Yep.
You know, and then you have a company like New Japan, who just recently started doing shows again, but literally waited until Japan was like, no new cases.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
steady no new cases.
Exactly.
But then again, they were also the guys that said, hold on, we're not essential.
Yeah.
We're going to shut everything down. And that's it. We're not doing anything. We're not going to do special programming. We're just shutting it all down. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm playing favorites, AEW versus WWE. AEW is just as culpable and it's just as disgusting that they would willingly do that. And I mean, yes, you could argue that all the people there wanted to be there and they willingly said, you know what, I'll chance it. But they shouldn't have had to be in that position anyway, where they were saying, you know, if you want to stay home, stay home. But if you want to wrestle, wrestle.
Yeah.
But even AEW's handling of some of this Me Too movement is not exactly the greatest either. There's a wrestler, Jimmy Havoc, that has a history of being like particularly like violent in what he was doing, and they just kind of said, well, you know, he's getting the help he needs right now, and that's pretty much it. And it's like,
yeah.
So does he still have a job? Oh, he does? Oh, okay. So it's just a matter of getting help and everything's okay. What about the victims?
Yeah.
That we know about. That we know about.
Yeah.
I mean, for every one person that comes out, there's got to be 2 to 5 that aren't coming out because of all the ramifications of actually saying, no, this person did this to me. Yeah, like I said, like, it's really the stuff with Joey Ryan is another one. That's one of those ones where, like, the more I think about it, I'm like, how did I not see this one?
Yeah. Mike
Elgin is another one from TNA. He still apparently has a job in TNA, although he's got a history of it. I remember a couple of years ago, some women actually spoke out against Mike Elgin, and nothing was done. And he went on to have that's not true. He was phased out of New Japan. They got him out of there, but then he got a job at TNA or Impact, sorry. And he still has a job there.
Impact's still going too, aren't they?
Yeah, Impact's still going. They actually, like, Joey Ryan was the only one that was fired flat out.
Okay.
and it's actually pretty bad for him. He's got a long list of stuff against him.
Yeah.
But like, and just in case you remember, Joey Ryan's the guy whose finisher was the uh, pornplex or whatever he called it, where like the guy would grab his penis
Oh yeah.
and then
Yeah.
he would
Yeah.
flex and they would flip over. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
got that like dirty porn star look about him.
Yeah.
Now that you recognize him, you're like, yeah, why
You're like
why am I
that.
surprised that
That
he's,
makes sense.
although it's ridiculous. Like there's actually apparently like fans would take pictures with him grabbing his dick. I thought the spot was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was hilarious, but it was one of those like at the same time, if I'm wrestling Joey Ryan, I'm gonna be like, I don't really want to do that spot.
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
want to wrestle a 5 to 10 minute match with you while you're wearing swimming trunks and then you beat me by me for some reason grabbing your dick. I don't feel the need to have that on my hand afterwards.
I don't want to look back and see that in my legacy of it all. That's the
Yeah,
guy I grabbed. Yeah.
yeah. Hey, you know how that guy beat me? I grabbed his dick and then he flipped me over with his dick. Isn't that nuts? Couldn't
That's
get
so
the
fucked
smell
up.
off for a week.
That's so messed up.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I was one of those where I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. Like I thought, oh, that's hilarious, and of course I got a kick out of Jim Cornette losing his fucking mind about it. Jim Cornette's another one that was in it too.
Oh, I believe that.
Jim Cornette and his wife apparently for a long time would groom young male wrestlers to sleep with his wife and have hot tub parties with them. He's fighting it tooth and nail, though. He's fighting it tooth and nail, but there's a long list of guys that are saying like, yeah, no, he definitely he wanted me to bang his wife and invited me to hot tub parties and stuff like that. And they are heavily implied that like their push would be affected if they complied,
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Now,
all like recent wrestlers coming to the spotlight too. Just wait till they start shining on like the legends and stuff. That Hall of Fame is going to get trimmed in half.
no, this is where you're going to see a giant hypocrisy. This is where you're going to see a giant hypocrisy in WWE's handling of the Hall of Fame, because Ric Flair's got a long history of questionable behavior because he was living the life of Ric Flair.
Yeah.
You think he's getting kicked out of the Hall of Fame?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
Jerry Lawler, apparently he's another one that was had a couple of instances.
Yep.
And, and they always kind of pawn it off like, well, Jerry Lawler always likes some young type of thing. Well, he allegedly paid off a family that he sodomized the daughter of. She was an underage too. She was underage, and he apparently he was into it.
Yeah.
Yep. Paid off a bunch of people for that one. I say allegedly because that one's never actually been proven, and none of the stuff I'm saying has actually been proven. Although the stuff with Marty Scurll about the consent and stuff, like he says in his apology message, where he said, "Well, I thought it was all consensual. She was of legal age.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind that she was hammered." So she was legally of age to have sex at 16. She still wasn't of legal age to get hammered, right?
Yeah.
And again, there's that 10-year gap. And even if there was no 10-year gap, if she's hammered out of her mind, get her to a safe place.
Yeah.
Just get her to a safe place, get her home, do whatever you got to do to make sure she's going to be okay. Because if you're not going to take advantage of her, someone else will.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
just do the right thing. Get her home. Or get her to a safe spot. Like it's just, I don't even understand how that's like a thought process. How it shouldn't even be a thought process. It should be like, oh, she's hammered. Whew. You're 16. Let's go. Or you're hammered. Let's go. Let's take off. Let's get you somewhere safe because this is nuts.
Yeah. Fucking weird, man.
Yeah. It's weird. it's sad, but it's almost not weird. It's almost weirder that we haven't heard of it sooner.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, you got all those alpha males, and there's no way they're all good guys.
You watch old shoot videos of old wrestlers, and they talk about some of this stuff with ring rats, and they're laughing about it, like the stuff that they would do with ring rats. Because of course, once you call them a ring rat, they're no longer a daughter or a sister, or a mother. You know what I mean? Like it's another way of just saying, well, you're less than a human being because you're a ring rat. I do whatever I want with them ring rats. Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake, remember in Beyond the Mat, he talked about it.
Yep.
He talked about it like it was no big deal about how he would just hire up a couple of hookers and do whatever he wanted with them. Like it was like he was getting his grocery list, a couple of hookers, do whatever he wants with them, fill up again, get the groceries. Like it was no big deal for him. It's gross. It's just gross. I don't know. I'll keep you posted on whether or not I continue watching wrestling, or at least different types. Like I think, if anything, I'll just continue watching New Japan because it seems to be like the most normal company.
It seems like the company you would want to support the most.
They seem like a bunch of human beings. I mean, for Vince McMahon to bullshit his way into talking about wrestling being essential, and Cody Rhodes too, like.
Yeah.
Or Tony Khan. Yeah. For them to argue that wrestling is essential enough to keep going, like, get the fuck out of here.
Where's AEW located?
They're filming in Florida too.
Oh, they're both in Florida then.
That's the only place where they can do it.
The only state.
Because Florida's fucking crazy and they don't give a shit. Because the senator or the governor of Florida or whatever, like the main guy for Florida is buddy with Trump, so he's just like, yeah, we don't give a shit.
Just do it. I take it that's where Impact probably is too then, eh?
I actually don't know where Impact films, but my gut tells me it has to be Florida. It
probably
has to be
there
Florida.
too. Yeah.
Unless it's Georgia, because I think Georgia's the only. No, as far as I know, it's just Florida, so it has to be there.
Okay.
But it's such a steep drop off for there too, because it's like you got WWE right up here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna put AEW like right close second in terms of visibility, and then you got
Impact down here.
And I would actually put New Japan right smack in the middle because there's a bit more visibility. But it's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, bad time to be a wrestler.
No, it's a bad time to be a human being.
Well, yeah, for sure.
We've got a virus that's still continuing to ravage the world.
Yeah.
We have, and in America, it's politicized.
Yep.
Yeah, we're still going through, or not we, but America is still going through the Black Lives Matters movement. And that's just as political as COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
You still got shit with China. You still got shit with Russia.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, it's fucked. Pulling all the COVID testing. Read about that today.
Oh yeah, because if you test people, then you'll find that more people have COVID-19.
Right.
So if you don't test anybody,
everyone's healthy.
Numbers drop.
Yeah.
Nobody has COVID-19 because.
Amazing.
I mean, that guy probably has the flu, but that's not COVID-19.
I tell you, as a Canadian, that border bears stay friggin' closed for a long time.
Once again, I get to say, I get to talk about Doug Ford, who still, even just today, has said, I want to protect Canadians, so those borders are staying closed until those guys get their shit together.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Absolutely. I mean, it's nuts. Like, our cases are going down. There's a few hot spots like the Toronto area and Vancouver and whatnot still, but like the US is just shooting upwards. What was that? It's like 4,000 a day or something I read.
Oh, it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, like, you wear a mask and you're an enemy of Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry that I want to protect myself and the people around me.
Yep.
I think my mini rant's done. I think I'm good. I think I got that.
That was a good rant, man. It was a good rant.
Shit all out
Holy
of
frog,
there.
I opened those floodgates.
Well, that's why the last time when you started talking about the Black Lives Matter and the cops and stuff, I was like, please don't do this, please. Like, I mean, because it's just so crazy. If I hear one more person say all lives matter, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, I mean, for fuck's sakes, you know, of course all lives matter, but that's not what we're talking about right now. You know,
No.
We're not getting fucking freaking assassinated on the streets. It's horrific. I can't, like, we're all the fucking same under our skin. It's so fucking bullshit.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Yeah.
Apparently that if you have a different skin color, you have different insides that make you different from other human beings.
Yeah. I hope aliens never come here. I hope friendly aliens never come here because we will fucking skin them.
Are you kidding me? No. Aliens aren't going to come here. And if they do, it's not going to be on like this mission of peace where they're going to coexist with human beings. Who was it? I think it was actually Stephen Hawkins that said, if aliens ever showed up, they would look at us and treat us like we treat our pets.
Yeah.
Because they would be so far advanced that they would be like, let's just feed him and see if he does tricks for us.
Chris curled up in a little fucking pet bed in an alien's bedroom.
I mean, that does sound kind of appealing, but I mean, like, and when I heard, I'm pretty sure it was Hawkins that said that. When I saw that, I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like, it wouldn't be like most episodes of Star Trek where they're just like, oh, hey, humans, happy to see you guys. Why don't you come in, take a look at our culture, and we'll exchange, whatever. Yeah. It would be like the random alien that'd be like, why would we deal with you? Like, you guys are the equivalent of apes for us. Like, we're amazed you even have a ship that can fly. Good for you. You have transporter technology. Big fucking deal. Get off our planet.
Do?
Yeah, like it wouldn't. And I think that actually makes more sense because I feel like every once in a while aliens pop in, they check in, and they go, no.
Yeah.
No, they're not even ready to.
They're flying by and they go, what's going on this planet? Oh shit, let's keep going.
They're not even ready to be our pets yet. They're still.
Yeah.
Like, they're feudal as opposed to us.
Oh, they're killing each other down there. Maybe when there is a couple thousand left, we'll visit. All right. Well, that was the wrestling
that
COVID-19.
Was the end of the world as we know it. Geek Pants Camcast.
Me too. Black Lives Matter Camcast.
Fuck the police. I guess we'll throw that in there too.
Well, fuck the police.
Not all of them, of course.
No, not all of them. I feel bad for the good ones. I do. But and I say that though because I know some, like Kim's a cop, right? So I know some good ones.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's tough to be a good cop though. Yeah. Like, that's the one thing where I feel for them because like I said previously, like, you're a good cop, but you see bad cops doing bad things and you don't say anything because you feel like you can't say anything because you really can't. Like, you really can't, or you could, but you risk like a whole bunch of things at the most, or at the least career suicide, but it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
I
mean, if that's the situation, if you are seeing this, you're not a good cop. And I mean,
but that's why I'm saying, like, when you start talking about Black Lives Matters and stuff like that, it's like, that's a touchy subject because I don't want to. I mean, I say touchy, fuck the police, but I also don't want to be like, they're all terrible. It's just, it's easy to say I would be, a good cop in that scenario.
Yeah,
it would be so easy to say that because I'm not in that scenario.
Right.
I'm not faced with that kind of stuff. I'm also not faced with, let's say, a full decade of seeing the worst that civilization has to offer.
Yeah.
And being broken down and desensitized by that. So, I mean, and being in a position where it's not acceptable for you to say, hey, I need to talk to somebody because I've seen some shit. I need to work through this, you know?
I'm just waiting for the Punisher to become a real thing.
Actually, it's funny that you say that because they've been trying to, Republicans are, they're trying to actually stop using, not Republicans, but Democrats are trying to stop police and anti-fascist groups from using the skull symbol as a mantra because, you know, this is essentially a dude killing people that he deems criminals.
Yep.
And I would be very surprised if, Marvel continues to publish Punisher for the next couple of years. Prominently.
I don't even think he has a book right now.
Which is
so it's probably
by design, and it's probably for the better because, like,
which is fine. I mean, Punisher could go a couple years without a book. Fantastic Four and Thor did. I mean,
right, but Fantastic Four and Thor weren't being used as.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean, if they could go off the shelves though for a few years.
Punisher's always been a touchy character because, like, I mean, yes, in Fantasyland we thought, it's Spider-Man and Captain America, you know, and Batman, but then you get a guy like the Punisher, and it's like that's real. Like, this guy is killing people, and this is the kind of thing like Punisher could happen in real life, not for as long, but I could definitely see an ex-Marine doing this kind of stuff
now. Yeah, I mean, the fucking world's going to shit. I can see the Punisher becoming a real thing.
I think that's also another reason why Punisher's Netflix show, like, even if Netflix still continued doing Marvel stuff, I don't think they would have done Punisher for that long.
Well, I think they probably would have renewed it for a third season, but with all this shit going on, it probably would have been canceled.
It's tough because, like, also too, they tweaked Punisher quite a bit for Netflix. He wasn't exactly like he was in the comic books.
No, they did change him.
They changed him, not drastically, but just enough to make it a little bit more palatable.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. If I was Marvel, I would stop doing anything Punisher related, and I would start sending out cease and desist orders like crazy to any police department that has police officers showing that, because it sends the wrong message.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, but anyway.
Okay. So now that's done.
Out of the system.
That's it.
That's it.
As always, you know that you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and of course, GeekPantsMedia.com.
Oh, you're doing so good. You're doing so good.
I got a little bit of the tongue tied.
You can also find us at google.com. Just search.
Yeah, just search Geek Pants on google.com or .ca or wherever you I'm sure you can find us on Yahoo as well.